Yes, thank you so much. I believe I will be a great representation of the 16,000 students here on campus because I have partaken in some of those multicultural communities around campus. I believe that that's what our school also represents. I've also sat in those entities as ASUNM, and I've seen what is needed from the executive side. So I believe that's why I'm the best person to represent those 16,000 students because I've been in both those communities. Thank you for that question. I believe what just listening to the feedback of the student orgs that I've had the pleasure of talking to is they want to see more representation. They want to see ASUNM come out to the events. The student orgs are hosting so many events, but ASUNM is only trying to back those that we see are beneficial to the student body, which I don't agree with. I believe that we should bring this community together by supporting our student orgs. Our student orgs have the reach. A lot of people find their homes inside of that. I also believe that we should really reach out to these resource centers. They're doing amazing work here on campus. They're making sure that students are feeling welcome. They're making sure that everyone finds a home. And I believe that that is what we need to do as ASUNM. And as a leader, I believe that I can advocate to make sure that the funding in which we have as a student government can make sure that it's supporting those small student orgs and is also supporting those resource centers. And I believe that's how I can bring that community together because that's where predominantly majority of our students are. Thank you. Thank you. I believe that I'm going to leave my mark on ASUNM because I'm going to truly fundamentally change the Constitution. That's what a lot of students want to see. And I believe by doing that and setting up a structure that's going to be welcoming to all different walks of life here on campus is what's going to set us apart and is going to make history and is going to make all the students at UNM, present and future, feel welcome. Thank you. I believe that I'll be a great representation of all students and by making sure that the admin step down from their offices and actually come to campus and speak to the student orgs, the athletes, the res life, and everyone who partakes on campus. I believe that is a great way to bridge the representation because a lot of students feel like they are not there. They're not in those spaces and they're not really hearing their grievances. So as a representative, as an ASUNM president, I will make sure that they come out and their faces are shown. Thank you. Thank you. One thing that I really do believe is going to ease the tensions between student publications and ASUNM is just by making sure that if I am elected president, that I stand with them and make sure that no harm will come their way. I believe that they have a voice. I believe that they do serve a community on campus, which is all of us. And I'm going to make sure that they forever will have that First Amendment right to be able to speak freely and make sure that whatever they want to speak on is protected. And that's one thing that I'm going to do in office. Thank you. Definitely one thing that I would like to change is I want to expand ASUNM as a whole by adding 10 more seats. Constitutionally, that's going to be a lot of legislation, but I do believe that me and my vice president, Lauren, definitely are capable of doing it. Another thing that we want to do is we really want to make sure that we're advocating for the mental health of the students by writing legislation to make sure that Agora Crisis Center is represented on campus by funding. I believe that that's something, those are the two things that really means a lot to me. That's transparency, that's opportunity, and that's community. And that's what I'm running on. And through these legislations, it's all going to be seen. And I'm going to make sure that the students have their chance to put their input on anything that we're doing. I really want to represent the students. And from the feedback that I've gotten by sitting in those spaces, I believe it can be done. It's being supported right now. And I do believe me and Lauren are the best two people to get that legislation done for the community as a whole. Thank you. Thank you. I believe the best way to financially advocate for all the students on campus that is going to go the longest way is to make sure that the finance standing rules are laxing. A lot of student organizations are trying their best to make sure that the money that we're giving out to them is being well spent. And I do believe if we're putting that money into the hands of the student orgs will give the students everything that they want. I just want to make sure that those events can happen. And the best way I see that is through laxing the finance standing rules. What it looks like under Ricardo Hill administration, as far as accountability for admin, would be definitely making sure that sexual assault, the racial climate, and overall safety is a priority. And I'm making sure that the admin are coming to hear students' testimonies and their accounts, because I've sat through many meetings and I've heard them. I've sat through many of those things as a senator, but it's just not getting communicated to the admin. So I believe holding them accountable is making sure that their faces are seen to the students. Thank you.